Hi, and welcome back, everyone, to the book summary series. And today's book is a very interesting book. One of a very famous authors has written this book. It's by Dale Carnegie, and the book's title is How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. So, it is one of the a very famous self help books, and it offers a very comprehensive practical advice for managing your stress and anxiety. It is divided into different sections, and each section focuses on a specific topic related to worry. Now, before I start telling you what the book actually talks about or how he approaches the author approaches this subject, the one thing that you must understand is whoever is trying to read this book, for that particular period of time when they are actually reading the book, they are not stressing about their actual worry, because this book is about giving solutions, and their mind is constantly now trying to figure out what the solutions are. And why I can say this so confidently is because when I read this book, my state of mind was something like that, and while I was reading the book, I forgot about the crisis for that particular period. So if you have someone in your life who's going through a troublesome time and not being able to talk to you or some of the other close knit circle, this is a book that you should recommend it to them. Because a lot of people have read this book and implemented certain things, but B, mainly because while they are reading this book, because it is offering them a solution, they will actually end up not thinking about their crisis for a little while, and that itself is going to bring about a change in the mindset. So the book's different parts deal with this topic of how you approach to this fact that you should not worry and should start living. While everyone knows this, how do you do it? So the author explains first what he defines as worry and why is it so harmful for you, because unless you understand what and the why of it, you will not understand the how to deal with it part. He emphasizes this importance of understanding the root cause of your problem, and then he kind of gives you practical advices for managing it. Now, the basic techniques in analyzing your worry would be something like a step by step approach that the offer is trying to give you for identifying the source, and then developing a plan that suits you to address your worry. He also goes on the topic of how you can actually break this habit. If you are a constant worrier, if you're someone who just worries of on small little things, it has become habitual to you, then it is important that you take this action and you make this small change and break this habit that before it actually breaks you or your nervous system as a person. Then he talks about cultivating the mental attitude that actually brings you peace and happiness. So the entire section of that book, the book is then focused on development of a positive attitude. He offers quite a load of practical tips to do that, and some and build more resilience in yourself as a person. And because he offers so many tips, one or the other is something that is relatable to the reader, and they end up trying it, and it actually shifts your focus from your worry to something that you're trying to do. And I think that's the beginning of every crisis management, wherein you start focusing on the solution. Then the other part of the book, he also talks about a way which he calls is like how to perfectly conquer your worry, in which he is taking this holistic approach to manage. And he talks about the emphasis of physical health and spiritual well-being and emotional resilience in overcoming this area of your life where you are constantly worried about something. In general, this is completely a practical guide. He The strategies of for identifying the root cause of your worry, developing the plan to address that, is all written in a very simple language that everyone can understand, especially because it's a self-help book. It can't be very complex, otherwise people won't understand what to do. He also emphasizes the importance of taking action, and actually building resilience and having a positive mental attitude, so that you do not come back to this mental space if you are there for some reason. Some very important, if identified key takeaways I have to give would be understanding what is bothering you so much. That is the first step of changing this mindset or actually finding a solution to it. The second would be how to develop practical action steps for managing your stress and anxiety. The third would be having or cultivating a positive attitude and building resilience. Building resilience is an added thing because it talks about a long term sustainability of your attitude, and that you don't come back or relapse into this situation, especially if you worry constantly. And one of the last ones would be taking action in general to address the source of a worry. If it's a job or a person or something that you can't remove from your life physically, but it's affecting all your actions and making you feel stressed all the time, then you need to take or think about taking certain big action steps in your life that actually remove you from that environment if you can't change the environment or yourself to make things better. And that's something that we need to reflect on. And the way the book is written, like I said, because you are focusing on the solution, you actually make the first step in itself. So if you are in that phase, you feel that you need a timeout, you can go and read it if you haven't already. And if you know someone and you want to help them, even though they have not asked you for that help, this is a very good way. Refer them to this book and let them take that first step to actually stop worrying and start living. Thank you so much for tuning in today and listening to me. Until next time, goodbye and thank you.